For decades, you've perfected the art of selling to humans. But what happens when your next customer isn't human at all? Today, we're going to break down the single biggest shift in commerce you'll face this decade, getting your business ready for AI shopping agents.
Okay, so first things first, we have to get our heads around the fact that a brand new type of shopper is entering the market. And all those tactics you spent millions on, the beautiful window displays, the clever branding, the story you tell, yeah, they're basically irrelevant to them.
And right here, this is the core challenge. Think about it. Your entire playbook, built on human psychology and visual appeal, is being replaced. The new game is all about logic, structured data, and value that a machine can actually read. Everything you've invested in, from your banner ads to your brand's heritage, is about to go head-to-head with pure cold code.
So what exactly are these new shoppers? Well, they're AI agents, basically smart programs that work for the consumer. Their only job is to find the absolute best deal by crunching data from thousands of retailers in the blink of an eye. They don't care about your beautiful website. They're not looking at your visuals. They are reading your data feeds, period. Now, I know this might sound like something out of science fiction, a problem for, 5 or 10 years down the road. But before you dismiss it, you have to see the latest research. The technology isn't just coming, it's already here, and it's already proving just how effective it is.
And this number, well, this number is a real wake-up call, 90%. Recent research, and this is from big names like PyMC Labs and Colgate-Palmolive, shows that AI models acting as synthetic consumers can now reproduce 90% of the reliability we see in actual human surveys about purchase intent. The data really backs this up. We're seeing these synthetic shoppers generate responses with similarity scores over 0.85 when compared to real market data. So you get it, right? They're not just guessing. They are accurately mirroring real human behavior. This isn't some what-if scenario for 2030. These shoppers are effectively here now. So what does this all mean for you? Well, it leads us to the single biggest threat you're facing as a retail leader, and it's a simple one. If these new agents can't understand your business, your offers, your rules, you will simply become invisible. Here's the big operational shift you have to wrap your head around. Every single merchandising concept you rely on, from your gut feelings about pricing to your creatively worded promotions, all of it now has to be translated into formal, logical rules that an algorithm can understand. Let's make this really concrete. On the left, you've got a simple, friendly offer that any human gets instantly. But on the right, that's what an AI agent actually needs to see. It's a precise, logical statement. If your system can't generate the code on the right, well, that offer on the left might as well not exist. It's completely invisible. A great way to think about this is like SEO, but for your actual offers, not your website content. It's offer optimization. And if your promotions and your pricing aren't structured for these machines, they will just vanish. They'll be completely erased from what is quickly becoming the most important marketplace on the planet. Okay, so we've talked about the threat. It's pretty serious. But let's flip the coin, because on the other side of this threat is a massive, quantifiable opportunity for the leaders who decide to move first. I want you to really let that number sink in. 6%. This isn't some made-up projection or a hypothetical guess. This is a real-world result from a major retailer that got ahead of this curve. We're talking about Inditex, Zara's parent company. And what did they do? Something that sounds simple, really. They just translated their markdown rules into a format that algorithms could actually read and use consistently. The result? A roughly 6% revenue increase during their clearance periods. This is the proof that operational clarity has a real financial upside. So the takeaway here is huge. Your next big competitive edge, it's not going to come from some brilliant, creative marketing campaign. It's going to come from publishing clean, complete, consistent data that lets an AI agent trust your offers and buy from you without a hitch. So, how do you actually capture this opportunity? First, you need to understand this is not just an IT project that you can delegate. This requires a completely new executive playbook and a fundamental change in how your entire organization works together. This has to come from the top, a true cross-functional mandate. Your marketing team, they need to start thinking like programmers. Your merchandisers, they have to sit side by side with data scientists to turn their strategies into code. Finance has to get comfortable signing off on automated systems. And legal has to be all over this, making sure your machine-readable terms are compliant. It's a total organizational transformation. And as a leader, this means you have to change the very metrics you use to measure success. Forget about just looking at conversion rates. Are you tracking your agent availability score? How many agent requests are you successfully responding to? What about the uptake on your loyalty API? The entire definition of performance is shifting under our feet. And hey, if you're sitting there thinking, okay, we've got a couple of years to figure this out, think again. Look at this. Shopify and Google are already releasing the toolkits. Payment protocols are being announced. Regulators are already publishing guidance. This isn't coming. It's happening right now, today. Which brings us to the bottom line. The unavoidable choice that every single one of you faces right now. There is no waiting this one out. There is no middle ground. Look, the market is splitting in two. It's really that simple. There will be retailers who are optimized for agents and retailers who are not. And there won't be a third option. So let's be crystal clear about the stakes. If you move now, you will capture the lion's share of this new, incredibly high-volume agent traffic. If you wait, you will be competing in a marketplace where you are fundamentally invisible to the fastest-growing segment of shoppers. Your brand story will no longer protect your margins, and loyalty, well, loyalty will become a function of machine trust, not human emotion. When you strip everything else away, your future success boils down to one simple, maybe even brutal, reality. Decades of your team's charm, intuition, and branding savvy are being replaced by one single question: can a robot read your rules? And that's the one question I want to leave you with. When you go back to your teams tomorrow, I want you to ask them this, point blank. Can an AI agent, right now, understand and verify our complete value proposition without ever having to load our website? Your answer to that question is going to determine your relevance in this new era of commerce.